Rosalind and you're watching Crazy Crafting. It's time for another video tutorial. Today's project is this rose card with the Fifth Avenue embossing folder and the Manhatten stamp set. And if you give you a closer look, see the rose looks metallic. Okay, now this isn't cherry cobbler, but today I'm going to show it to you, making it with one of the new ink colors called Calypso Coral. Okay, so here's our new Calypso Coral cardstock. This is the ink pad, but I'm not even actually going to use the ink pad, but I'm going to use the re-inker. And what I'm going to do is I took a little spray bottle, okay, and you take about 5 to 7 drops of your inker, then fill your little tube up, and this doesn't even hold quite I think maybe ½ ounce, not quite to the top, and then you add Pearlized medium, and what you get is this wonderful metallic look, and it's going to be in our special colors. So we're going to start with a piece of cardstock, which is 5½ by 8½. You fold it and it becomes 4¼ by 5½, but we're going to use it long ways today. Then you're going to take a piece of the Calypso Coral, and that's going to be 4 by 5¼ Then I'm going to take another piece of Whisper White, and I want more of that pretty color showing, so instead of this just being 1/4 inch smaller, I made it 1/4 inch all the way around instead of having a 1/8 inch mat. And so this is 3½, I believe, by 4 3/4. Now, what we're going to do with this is we're going to run it through the embossing folder, the Manhatten embossing. Okay, this is your Manhatten embossing folder, which has got the rose, and then here's the Fifth Avenue Floral stamp set, which is the matching rose. Okay, and so we're going to use this big rose, and we're going to use the glossy paper. Okay, going to use a piece of the glossy white paper. Doesn't matter what side, just as long as it's big enough for this rose. And you could make 4 on this piece of paper. Okay, what you're going to do with this is we're going to ink it with Versamark. Okay, and then I'm going to use black embossing powder. And just spread that over there. Tap off your excess and start to heat this. Okay, that's done. Take and pour the embossing powder back in. Cover my Versamark. And then I'm just going to cut this part off. It doesn't have to be any particular size because we are going to cut this out. Now, I'm doing this and making it pearlized, and this is an easy way for me because I cannot watercolor or use the markers or anything and make anything look nice. So I just don't have any talent for that, but I sure can spray it and make it look pretty. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to use, so you can see how it turns out, a paper towel just to catch it. Okay, then you're going to take your Calypso coral that I made and shake it real good to make sure that pearlized gets in there. And you're going to start spraying this. Now see how beautiful that turns out? Doesn't matter how you spray it. That's all you do. Now, I'm going to let that dry. And I'll be back in a second. Okay, after you let it dry a few minutes, it's going to curl up, and I just take the paper towel over top. Don't rub, just press down to get the excess off. And look at how beautiful and metallic looking that is. Okay, then you just take a pair of teeny tiny scissors and you cut right along the edge like this. And for some reason, when you use the glossy paper, it just seems to stand out a little more. And I've tried coloring these in and doing all this stuff, and I'm just really not that good with that stuff. So I know this is boring watching me cut this. But at least I do cut a little better than I color. And that pearlized medium that you put in this actually is the binder that helps it stick better, especially with it being glossy paper. Okay, there is our gorgeous rose. Look at that. Look at that metallic shimmer. Okay, here's our paper. Take the card, take some snail, put this down on the card. Okay, now I already ran this, can you see that, through with my embossing folder, and it doesn't really matter where you put it, but for some reason I like to put it up and get the majority of the big rows. Can you see that, the big rows? I mean, you could put it down here, and there's still just a little space here that's not embossed, and I'm going to put Happy Anniversary from the Teeny Tiny Wishes on there. Now, if you want a bigger saying, you could always emboss it so that most of it's down here, and then you'll have this whole area here. Okay, so then I'm going to take this and some snail and put this on next. Okay. Okay. Then we're going to take this and some of the Stampin' Dimensionals. These are the best things in the world. And depending on how much you want this to curl up or not, you know, I don't want it to curl too much, because I don't want it to accidentally get bent inside the envelope. And then I'm going to put this down about right there. Now, I'm actually going to use the ink, and that's just going to be for this happy anniversary. And this is the entire set of Teeny Tiny Wishes. This is a wonderful set. It's a set of 24 different wishes. I just use some core foam to keep them in place so that I have them all nice and neat. I don't like to try and figure out which ones are which. Okay, let's get this on here real good. And we're going to stick this just like that. Can you see that? Okay, so that's it. This is an extremely simple card. What do you think? I hope you like it. Can you see how, there you go, can you see all that pearlized, beautiful ink? And if anybody would prefer to order these already made up, instead of buying all the stuff to make them, you can get all 5 in colors, which is Calypso Curl, Island Indigo, Lucky Limeade, Pool Party, and Wisteria Wonder. And you can pay through PayPal, and you'll get all 5 colors, and you'll get them in a set in a little box for $9.50 plus shipping and handling. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll be back with another card that is actually with this stamp, but it's kind of a hybrid card using my digital studio and embellishments. So hopefully I'll see you soon. Have a good day.